Okie dokie. Welcome, welcome, welcome. To Last Week Tonight with John Oliver. No, I'm kidding. To another Phyrexia. All will be one Zombie Devil draft. Whoop. So, we got the Anoint with Affliction. We got the 3-1 with Toxic 2. Some counter spells. Charge of the Mites, which I really like as a removal spell. Then you have these 3 greeners. And of course, the Mythic. Mythic it is. Can't say no to a Mythic. It's a Mythic. I'm going to take the Convert because the Convert, I mean, it's a ramp. You're probably going to trade it off more often than anything, so it ramps you into like a 4. But like, if any of those Charge of the Mites make it back, I'm taking them. I'm wedged between the two people taking a long time. And then there's one in the middle. The joy of arena drafting. There's like 3 people who take their picks and move, like, are actually drafting. And then there's somebody holding the draft up. You know, over here. So thus far we've seen more white than we have seen kind of blue support. The Busterosa is good, and green-blue is viable in this draft format. Well, see, but then something like that comes along. Well, I mean, that is the best card in the pack, so I'm taking it. In my opinion. Because that will... I know we've had it in a few drafts, and it just taps down like your opponent's biggest creature. So you just never get hit by whatever flyer or whatever toxic creature is causing you major problems. No, I'm wed to green. I want to wed myself to green, so the more green I take... It wasn't the best card in the pack. Trust me, the best card in the pack was the Mesmerizing Dose. But, like, as much as I can steer people away from green as possible, I'll try. Because I want one of our colors to be green. You know, we got a Mythic. Potentially indestructible. Another ramper. Probably the Convert again. But the Mantis is good. Like, it's between these two. Nothing, I mean, none of these blue cards jump out at me. I mean, I have fun with the Ichor Synthesizer and draft it more often than I probably should. And with green-blue kind of is the proliferate combination, so it's like, you know, let's proliferate. And I don't like any of those. Like, okay, Chimney Rabble keeps red open, but I don't like it. See, it's funny because now we've taken so much blue that it wants us to take blue. Well, alright. That one did make it back. Maybe we are green-blue. Well, whatever. We got mirrors. Probably the only time the Mirror Kinsmith is worth something. When you have mirrors. Mirror. Blue Sun's Twilight is actually a pretty good card. Because you can start copying things. Like, you outright steal something your opponent has. Casting over 5 is kind of a... Like, it's doable, but it's not easy. And so you kind of run into problems with that. Canker Bloom. White kind of puts us in an interesting... I mean, I'll make the cuts, but just so you can kind of see it all out. Put green. Green all in the same pile over there. There we go. There's the blue pile. It's all a pile. I'm going to take charge of the mites. I think that's the pick. There's aspects of it I like, but it's slow. Like, I don't think it's that good. Probably the chair. That's just a cancel. But it's a cancel with if the spell was cheap, then you get a proliferate. But the chair. I've only ever cast this once. Like, it's good, because it's that big green creature that can't be blocked by anything small. So, like, they can't chump it to handle it. They just take 6 toxic, so it just ends the game. But such an aggressive format, let's face it, there are times where you're going to get stuck on some amount of lands, so I'm going to phrase this, for a period of time. If they're corrupted, but I'm not necessarily going to corrupt them. I mean, that's the only way I could somehow get corrupted online, so I don't know if I'm in love with that over that. Nice little pile of blue cards. I know, I just didn't want it. I mean, that's the signpost uncommon, but are we... I want to play my mythic, damn it. It's a signpost uncommon, so you take it. And you take it because it's a signpost uncommon late. But that's not the point. I don't want the signpost uncommon. It just... The Draftsmith ranked that artifact highly. Because it's like, oh, it's an artifact. It's not a good card. It just sees it as an artifact, and as a result, it's like, it benefits your Cephalopod Sentry. And everything else that you're trying to do. Like, you need artifacts. Clearly. And it's like, no, I don't. I really don't. Well, take that so I can keep trying to force green to be a thing. But there's clearly more support in blue. Yes, I take the mythic. The blue Dominus. You don't not take the blue Dominus. I'm gonna take Malcadors, but because this guy has oil counters, but Malcador is an artifact and it's vigilance, so you get like a couple damage out of it, kind of free damage. Disruption is the spell. Bunch of Mer converts. I mean, it's any color. So there's fixing there. Because this might end up inadvertently being a 3-color deck. But I'll take the Watcher. Alright, that just gives some. I'll take that. Charge. When you proliferate twice. It's just blue Dominus, and blue Dominus needs to be over here. Or you can kind of see him better. Proliferate. There it is. I was like, Vivisurge and Insight went somewhere. And I hate to be banned, though, but I think that maybe I have to be. You don't necessarily need to play a Thirsting Roots, but, like, maybe you do. Green dried up very fast. Someone else was in it. So, Azorius, it is. I'm not gonna. We've already had the discussion about how the 16 lands is a mistake in Arena, but I'm still falling into the trap. Because I'd rather fall into that trap with what we have. Because the one cut that it basically wanted us to make was Norn's Annex. That one, Norn's Wellspring, not Annex. Annex is the... is the new Phyrexia card. Neat. Unfortunately, that card gets out of hand very quickly. Because if they have the support, like that Behold non-creature spell right there, I mean, then that then becomes a 2, that becomes a 4, and you can win your way through it, but it's not easy. I did that on purpose. So you move to attacks and they see only the one creature. They remove the oil counter and go, oh, well, alright, we got you. It's like, no, you didn't. Because I'm just going to play another creature. No, I want the land. It's a very good removal spell, but I want the land. Because I can time walk anyway. I'd rather have it as a blocker, but suit yourself. See, I'm making him use it. And even though they proliferated the counter back on, it's like, you know, you gotta use it. Rebel Salvo is the only red spell that can do. Okay, you tap it down. Cool. And then they proliferate the counter. So they have enough proliferate synergy, which is not really what red does, but it's good to know that their blue is very heavy in proliferate. That this Tamiosa Mobilizer is never not going to be functional. Boop. I really don't care. Okay. That's fine with me. Mm-hmm. Multiple taps from the Immobilizer, eh? Put that one in my hand. Proliferate. Draw a card. Nope. Cool. If he removes all the oil counters, then yeah, he has us. Well, he nobody out-pizzas the Hut. Nobody out-controls us. No, we got out-controlled. Because there you go, that's bounced, and then you tap that down, and that's the power of Tamiyo's Immobilizer. That's also what I get for, I guess, ignoring that stupid 2-5. I don't think it mattered. It was like, I'll hold up the one card versus the Basilica Shepherd. It all gets tapped down. So it doesn't matter. Such is the nature of drafting on Phyrexia. I just think what I kept, was a perfectly fine hand. Nobody expects, I mean, if you're running 8 and 8, an even split down the middle, you're not expecting to rip, and three of the cards in your opening hand are planes. You're not expecting to rip 3 more planes. One of those is bound to be an island. In paper. So remove all the other counters your buddy want. I can't do anything. Wow. Awesome. No! I got another planes. Wow. Wow. That's 7. That's 7 of our 8 planes. Like, so, however Arena decides to randomize your deck, it put literally all but one, and who's to say what that next card would have been? But we weren't gonna live past to see what that one card would have been anyway. But it's like, no joke. Drew all your planes. Not a single island. Like, that is... but, it's such is the nature of that first game where, okay, you're kind of in it. No, you just got by good old Tamiyo's Immobilizer. Well, that's how Arena likes to roll. Especially when I stream. It's kind of become a theme here. I don't perform well on stream. But I mean, 3 land, like, here we're in the exact same situation. Now, this is a draw spell. So, it's not a literal draw spell, but it allows you to look at 3 cards. And you pick one and put one in your hand, and the rest on the... Yeah, because it at least has a proliferate, so I want to put the oil counter. I can use it as a flyer. Yeah, I can defensively make it a flyer. I'm playing this first because the proliferate, so it's like, if I remove a counter to try to do some blocking or something, I can then just be like, bang, I got my counter back. Not saying I'm a fan of it, but this is the exact opposite, where we had 3 islands and now we're not drawing any planes. But I kept it for this. The planes don't draw cards, that's the issue with the planes. Islands result in card draw spells. In this case, it's just the anticipate is basically the effect. Interesting. When it attacks, it gets plus over X as the number of equipped creatures you control. So you control various equipped creatures. Sure. There's the immobilizer. And that's fine. Now I just block and dig for some lands. And then play this puppy. Well, then maybe I should have held that. How was I supposed to know that they had a goddamn planeswalker? I gotta kill that now. I mean, I'll put it in my hand, but that's one of those things where, yeah, I know the planes and but I would rather kill Koth than, and it doesn't kill Koth. It's a matter of how they do the blocks. Well, it does actually, regardless of blocks. Yep, it's fine. Well, unless one of the cards is Hex Gold, whatever, then it. Okay. 6. And that's my turn. Because otherwise I'm staring down a Koth, and Koth is a very good card. That 2 is a very good card. Yep, I take it. Let's see what they do. If they move the equipments around or things like that. Well, fiddle-dee-doo. Okay. I don't know if I want to trade off my flyer that way, but I think I will. Like, I still have 3 creatures, so I can still kill. That's the only one I can't, but I just tap that one down and move on. Mm-hmm. Boop. I can't block and kill, unfortunately. So... Pump it. Ugh. Yeah, take one. Owie. Destroys target artifact. Oh, ha ha ha. Right, the immobilizer that's been keeping your ship down. Fair enough. Nope, 'tis an island. Doesn't get through. They swing for way too much, so it's not. Trust me, we were dead. It holds the equipment well, and we die. Boy, oh boy. Gotta love it. We got 2 mythics. Only played 1, because the other mythic wasn't on color. But gotta love it. Yeah, I guess you take the removal. This by itself is, I mean, it's neat. It's Toxic 3, it's 4/4. Um, and that's just kind of a neat kind of combat tricky thingy bimbopper. That is just 8 mana. It can do a lot with like Phyrexian might tokens or something, but it's not first pickable. It's just a funky card. So yeah, I think I take removal. It's removal. And just kind of see what happens. I'm gonna take the flying equipment. I mean, pay 2 only if you remove, but every turn it puts an oil counter, and that's, it's okay. But if that oil counter is going here, if it's going here, like I can see that, but there's nothing else. So I'm just gonna take the equipment because it's like, well, we've only seen 2 packs. I don't want to add myself to oil necessarily. Sure, if an Herbrast's Forge pops up, then I'll feel pretty bad and pretty stupid. But Herbrast's Forge hasn't popped up. Multicolored card, I get it. Multicolored cards are it's like you don't take them highly. They're not this, they're not that. But I'm gonna take the Azuri. Like, Crawling Course is good. The Mandible Justicar is pretty good, but like, I'll take Azuri. Planeswalker, baby. I do like Tyvar, but I'll take the Trawler Drake. That's the correct pick with the Azuri. Whether that's what we end up doing is debatable, but that's the right pick. I do want to take that to kind of just keep us open here, but yeah, I'll just take the experimental augury. Hey, the immobilizer. It actually, I mean, it is a good card. Maybe with the Vanish into Eternity and the 2/2 that sacks and things like that, maybe artifacts aren't as good as they normally are in limited. Because like the one, I forget what it was called off the top of my head, but the one in Amonkhet was really good. I'll take the Crawling Course. I think the creature is better than the little 1/1. I mean, it's a 1/1 that proliferates, but it's like, you know. Draw a card for each other artifact you control, so if you control a shit ton of artifacts. I only have the one black card, and I first picked it. Still take that. I mean, Scourge is better than... You gotta love the gardener being outside. Our landscaping is pretty much done every day. That's just the nature of my community. I'm not saying, like, you need to do your landscaping. No, my community does their landscaping pretty much every day because we're so big. But, like, my specific corner, I guess, is... It is Tuesdays. Yeah. I'm like, wait a minute. What day is today? Yes, my specific corner is Tuesday morning. Always. But, like, they'll just do a different block, a different this, a different that, you know. So I'm going to take him over the planar disruption just to kind of keep this sort of Simic energy going. The planar disruption would just be the third white card, and I didn't. That it was between those two, and then there was the Glistener Seer, but I don't think Glistener Seer will wheel. I'm not taking a Glistener Seer. Pack 2, pick 2. Or maybe that was pick... Yeah, no, because pick 1 was this Dragon Wing. Yeah, so that was pick 2. I'm... It's a good equipment. I'm not wed to it. But, you know, you take it because it's one of the better equipments in the game. Or in this limited format, I should say. Not in the game, but in the game, you know, you got Batterskull and Shadow Spear and all sorts of equipments that you can choose from. Sword of Fire and Ice, Sword of Light and Shadow, etc., etc. But no, in this limited format, because it makes a dragon. Like it's the joke, I guess, is that it's called the Dragon Wing Glider, and like when you put it on a 2/2, it becomes a 4/4 with haste. And that's like, oh, ha ha ha. Planeswalkers you control have 0 proliferate and -12 take an extra turn. Whenever you can choose a counter on target permanent and put an additional. Like I find that just so useless, but I did get got by it once. Like, I'm not taking it. Don't worry. I'm probably going to take the oil counter dude for now, and then maybe go into this oil counter dude. Like, see what wheels out of these 3 oil counter, because these all are oil synergy that can proliferate. But yeah, it's like, it's a neat little card. Like, what do you want me to say about it? Well, I think it's pretty safe that we're in this kind of green-blue space. It's green, blue, and blue black are the worst colors in this in this set, but make instant and sorceries cost less. Um, hmm. Well, we actually have kind of a conundrum there. So I will take the him and a hymne, the him guy. Just +1/+3 and toxic 1. Neat. Something like that could be good, but no, don't dwell on it. Because we have a synthesizer, and there's 2 out there. Because we just passed one, and there's another one floating somewhere that we already passed. And there was that one pack that was Glistener Seer. I'm just posing somebody if I take the Brown and Ichor. But So, Cultivator it is. That's the logical pick. I don't like destroy target enchantment. It's an okay card. I just don't like it at this, you know, in a best of one kind of format. When it's a best of two and you have it in your board and you know it's going to be relevant, like, then you take it and you use it. So, like, yeah, the two Ichor Synthesizers didn't come back. The Glistener Seers did. Because Glistener Seers don't do crap by themselves. So, good to know. Yeah, now I'm just taking the black is actually open, is what that tells me. But I ain't fighting. That's a signpost uncommon, but I take this guy. Because he proliferates. And every time I proliferate, I draw a card. So anything with that keyword on it is pretty much getting picked. As long as I don't have to, like, pick it too highly, it's getting picked. So, like, here's the... This one becomes interesting considering the statement I just made. So, you take the return, or do you take either the toxic, the oil counter, or the other toxic, but it just draws a card? I'm probably taking the proliferate card. And I have it hovered there, so I'm going to let it auto-pick, just so I can use the restroom real fast. But, yeah. So on that one, I probably missed on something big. I don't know. Oh, it took the Watchful Blisterosa, I think is the new one. Ooh. So I'm going to take that. Mesmerizing Dose is good. I'm taking the Gix Raptor to proliferate the oil counters onto them. But, enters the battlefield, you pay 3, you proliferate. Oh, see, there's another unnatural restoration. There's something else out here. Yeah, because you can draw a card off the Surgical Bay. So it's okay. Skull Bomb. I think I just realized that the Skull Bombs are literally like it's the Spell Bombs like effects combined. And that's why they're 3 mana. It's like, I'm pretty stupid, but that's an interesting realization that I just had. Because, like, Aether Spellbomb, I think is... Well, maybe it's 1 extra mana or something, but yeah, Aether Spellbomb is... I'm going to mute the mic for... I mean, once I'm going to give it, like, 3 minutes, and then I'm going to mute the mic. My sister-in-law is coming to take the dog away. because he gets to go to his version of doggy daycare. Really? So that's interesting how it sees. I'm just looking at the Draftsmith recommendations. It sees like the 2 cards or the this or that and says, "Oh no, you need to build it this way." And it's like, I'm not in love with that. I'm more in love with Bant, I suppose, in the sense that basically it wants the only change is it wants like a couple things in there. How interesting. As I churn through the couple things. So take a quick break, come back, and we'll play this this draft out. But thanks for watching. Thanks for joining us in the meantime. But I'll be back. I'll be back. Alright. This one will equally perform poorly, but, you know, it's... Excuse me. But yeah, it's because we don't really have removal, which I'm actually... Ruthless Predation is, I believe that's what the card is called, but Ruthless Predation is... It really doesn't like Adaptive Spore Singer. I like Adaptive Spore Singer. One more cut. I mean, is it Adaptive Spore Singer? I think I'm just gonna... I can see how that's good, like, but it's... The reason I like Adaptive Spore Singer and I like the Vivisurgeons, whatever, which Draftsmith doesn't like those, but I like those cards because of the fact that they have proliferate on them. That's their keyword. Whenever you proliferate, draw a card. So we're trying to kind of play proliferate. They go first, we draw, we're just gonna Terramorphic. Great, we both Terramorphic Expanse, cool. The whole, and we're gonna get a forest, but the whole purpose of that card is basically so we can get like one of the two planes on our deck, but otherwise those two cards are uncastable. So it's like, this is an instance where I need the castable card, or I need to grab the one land so that I can have castable cards. If their whole strategy is to Toxic, then they can Toxic. But maybe that's where you cut the Rustline Cultivator, so who knows what the actual cuts should have been. There's no, there's no one. Well, okay, there is. Hex. Yeah. All right. Yep. I was like, there's no 1 minute. Yeah, there is. It deals 4 to toxic creatures and 2 to regular creatures. And he paid 2 life for it, so it set me back. Combat trick, but at least it's out of their deck. Forest. For sure, attack for 1. Cancel, excuse me. Ready? No, I can't pay. It's just gonna target Azuri. Really? I mean, yeah, that's what I was gonna proliferate, but... Okay. You killed a... Well, I guess they targeted the one thing they could kill, but still, it's like, that's not really... Fair, but... That's not really the target. That's not what you want to be pointing your removal spell at? There's nothing in my yard that it's like, I can grab that, sure. But I think I still want to wait a turn. I mean, 2 turns if I draw the land to cast this, because then I'd rather proliferate the oil counter on this. And yeah, Draftsmith thinks it's a bad card because it's a 5-mana draw 3, but it's still a draw 3. He's got the, he's got the spells where these things will fly over us, and there's not much I can do about that. You're either going to make the toxic guy or you're going to make the other guy. You're not going to win through toxic. You're not in the right colors for it. But sure. It can target itself too. So do you want to get in for another 2 damage? Okay. They say no. It's a big swing. That's all it really is a big swing. Okay. Bingo. So now whatever bullshit, spell they cast to try to make this fly and make this like 6 power or something, and then be like, aha, I win the game. I can at least tap something down. Okay. It shoots. Any target, you can shoot face. You can shoot face. So you can put 3 in straight to the dome. The dome's where you go, but whatever. They're gonna kill Azuri. Go dome if you can go dome. Let's look at this board. I don't care if I wrote. So they selected Azuri. So you have 1, 2, 3 cards with oil counters. It says any target, right? Any target. 2 of which are flyers. So you can send 3 damage to me, take me down to 4. Okay, you don't have anything that's going to proliferate necessarily the oil counters you have. So, but you still have 1, 2, 3, 4 creatures to my 3. I can only block the creatures on the ground. So you hit me for 1. Fine, I go to 6. Plus that 3. I'm at 3. But they've made up their mind. Sure. I think I don't know. I feel like I still swing and just offer up the trade because who cares? It's still 2 creatures for my 1, and I have an immobilizer, so or Skymids, 1/1, but that at least you can't just slap a flying counter on it. But this is again why I wouldn't necessarily, if I was at 3 life, make that same move. Yep, all the triggers happen. Sure. Sure. I don't have a Hazardous Blast. Now he can dig until he has a Hazardous Blast. This is why you should have put the 3 damage into my face. And maybe it's just we're so ingrained to think that these effects only hit creatures or planeswalkers that we don't realize that they can go dome. But if it can go dome, and there's like a time and a place like to make it go dome, like send it dome. Yeah, everything. He's gonna make everything a flyer. But this is like he had a stat a while ago. This is just like there's no. I don't think there's like a daily goal where it's like swing with like 50 flying creatures. But they decided to make it a goal for whatever odd reason. So sure. I only have 2. I don't care. It's not based on power. Yeah, I know I lost, but I don't care. It was just. I think he had us dead like a turn or 2 ago. But I guess when you're. My god. I have one of 2 planes in my hand. Not that the ranking system matters that much in Arena, but definitely it's annoying when you can't get out of Platinum 4. And you're just going to fall back, you know, you go on a big losing streak, you fall out of 3 back into 4 anyway. Like, that's just how Arena, of course, you know, works. But, at any rate, my point is just that it's like, that it's frustrating if you're like trying to rank up and do something and you just really can't. Oil counters. It's just a 1-2, but if you're as determined to kill it as the other guy was, then that's like you're dead, or like my dead 1-2. Excuse me, your dead 1-2, my dead 1-2. Sure, curling sensation. I can't. I can't untap and then, you know, play the 4-drop, is what I'm saying. I could give 2 craps now that I have that, but, you know, let's see how you roll. Okay. This has that affinity for artifacts thing written all over it, but I gotta make the blocks. Oh, I'm fine. Totes fine with that, then. Because the crawling sensation just becomes a 1/1 might that can't block. I'm totally fine with that, too, because, you know, it is what it is. It's like, what do you want me to do? It still recycles. I'm not gonna do anything with those oil counters, but hey, it's got oil counters. Yeah, I'm gonna cast it. Awesome. The logic being I could proliferate, like the counter maybe, but no. You got it, boss. Okay. I block. Okay. if you Twilight for more than whatever, I think it's 5, then yeah, you... Fine with that. Then you get both effects. So right now, I believe I have exact 5, but I just want to wait a turn so that I have this extra mana. Possibly another mana, because it digs based on what you cast, so... So that's going to dig for 7. Cancel. Yeah, I can't pay, but that's fine. I probably should have just swung in, but it's fine. Because 3 damage is like, alright, you're down to 9. But no, I get some card draw off of this, and I'm okay with that. Well, I can get 3 or less. Cool. Nope, I'm not going to tap it down. You can swing for your 3 flyer if you want it. Okay, draw. Draw. Cool. No. I don't care. Okay. I got 2 cards deeper. Mm-hmm. Sure. Well, you see, you cycled through your entire deck, and as a result, you're now only going to draw lands. You know, you're not wrong about that. That I basically did cycle through my whole deck, but those 5 cards at the bottom shouldn't be only lands. I do have spells with the keyword proliferate on them. And it's not just the unnatural whatever. That has proliferate, and then the vivisect, that one. Which I don't think I milled over, so it should be one of these. I guess you control the order on this. Yeah, so I could have ordered it that way, but Arena I don't think gives you the chance to kind of sort that out. It's the only time I can do that. Okay. Oh, you get the Death Toucher. There's some things I don't care about, and 1/1 Death Touch is one of those. Okay. I'm not corrupted. There it is. So we were just talking about it. Okay. So we worked our way down. The Skull Bomb I already used to just draw a card, so it's in the graveyard. Yeah, there's the Skull Bomb. Boop. Okay. You temporarily live. You do not completely live. Change of strategy. As your opponent has to respond to the 3/1s more than they have to respond to the 2/2. 2/2 is just a body. that will keep mites at bay. But that, no, it's like, yeah, I guess that Crushing Vines or whatever that card that I just put in there, Crush Carnivorous Calamity, that one, I guess it can blow something up, and I guess it does have the keyword Proliferate, which I didn't know it did. This is kind of bad, but whatever. I got 3 2-drops in my deck, damn it. There's more than 3, but it's like, I got a bunch of 2-drops. This should work. It won't, because I can't drop anything, but I can at least blow something up if it's... there it is. On cue. The card I was thinking of. Boop. And then I can hold it up. Whoop. No, I can't. It's sorcery. Damn. That's fine. I mean, a 4/3 is better than a 4/3 that for 2 turns becomes a 5/4. Potentially 3 turns depending on what's played. Okay. I mean, basically they got lucky based on the fact that I had single creatures. But I will be able to, like, play something big. At some point. Yeah, okay. I still have an immobilizer, so, like, it's no big deal. Silly, silly, silly. Okay. I guess the mite recycles, but I don't really get the point of a recycling mite. The 3/1 can't block, so I don't really understand that decision. Okay, neat. I don't care. Because, see, the thing is, I tap the Flensing Raptor, I equip tap, and I win. Doesn't matter, you have no cards in hand. No cards in hand, buddy. But you're gonna stand there and go, oh, well, you won't see the line. No, I will. Boom. And I had a proliferate if I needed it, so even getting the 9 would have... Drawing a land, any land, preferably an island, but any land would have also... Because I had 2 proliferates in my hands. 2 proliferates. 7. 7 bats. Well, this is all crap. But, I mean... So, 1 forest and I can do something. And it's just I have to wait until turn 3. It's really bad, but... It's not... Okay, it's not really bad. It's not the worst, hand in the world. But it's not a great hand either. All things considered. I'm just doing it to be annoying. They must have a lot of annoyance, because I wouldn't use an annoyant that way. For a forest. Not a forest. I might just hold it, because it can time walk whatever 4-drop. I mean, we take the first poison counter, and then you just kind of go, okay, well. Ninjutsu isn't in this format. None of the Praetors have it. I still was shocked when I ran into a Praetor. Because it's like, oh, I didn't realize they were in this. Another double green card too, but man, that is indeed how this is going to go, and he can activate that ability and just toxic me out. So it doesn't matter that I tap it down, because it becomes a toxic 1. On top of already being a toxic 1, which makes it a toxic 2, and... Fun. They all become toxic 2s, eh? We're boned if he removes it. Yeah, we're boned, okay. It doesn't matter what I tap down. We're at toxic 4, and the Plague Nurse's ability, so long as you keep your mana costs down, you'll be able to activate that every turn, and it doesn't matter what I play. Second Forest is just going to give me another creature, and another creature pretty much will just die. Because, I'm going to make my Death Toucher fight while it kills. And doesn't trade. So, I've lost the urge to live. the will and the urge to live. To where it's like, okay, like you got me, and you got me fair and square with this stupid ass, you know, fight spell. But using it with a Death Toucher is very smart. Case in point, there was a time when Goblin Chain Whirler was legal in Standard, and you could give it Death Touch, and then all the little 1 damage pings that it does to the board will kill everything, because it's basically, it turns into a Wrath. Nice. Nice. I go down to the, I take the hit from the flyer because it's got haze, but nice. He can't move the equipment. Moving the equipment makes it an automatic tap down. Nice. Oops. Oops. Yeah, no, I oopsied boopsied. Wow, talk about a misclick, but it happens. It doesn't matter. I'm dead anyway, so sure, take that, play that, submit 1, play that, and away we go. We still lost, like, misclick aside, because I'm just like, oh, you click the creature. Well, the equipment is attached to the creature, you dipshit. So if you do click the equipment, then it's my fault. I should have realized, I guess, in the moment that it's target artifact or creature. Or target permanent, potentially. We're back on square one where we're taking this mythic, but that's your signpost uncommon, and it's like, okay, like I want this to wheel. I know it won't wheel, but the mythic is not going to wheel either. So you take the mythic. I think. I mean, welcome to my world, where I'm sitting here going, well, it's a mythic, it's green, it's pretty good. I mean, Anoint is pretty good, Ossification is pretty good. I mean, do I want to be green-black or do I want to be green-white? Is really what the question is. I think there's a bit more support maybe for black in this pack, but there was more support for white in the other pack. Why not Abzan? Well, because there's no color support, like, at all. So I don't know, but there, I took a black card, so it's like you take the mythic, but everyone's in green, so it doesn't matter, and this will end up being the color combination we're in, or something silly like that. But thanks for viewing, thanks for all being a part of this channel. I don't have much else going on for me today, so, I mean, most days, but today especially. Like, that's where I kind of probably want the Branch Blight, maybe, just because you're starting to cut green and flesh this out a bit more. Sorry, Arena doesn't stack as well as I'd like it to. Because what I'm trying to do is just show you in a nice little stack, like, kind of what we have in these colors. And yeah, it doesn't really like... those two are kind of whatever. There, we saw the oil uncommon, but someone has that, and all I did was just cut to the cards he wanted. That's all I did. The way, just a heads up too, like if you're new to drafting or you're not familiar, like typically the way it's going to work at a draft table is two people are going to be in the same archetype. Typically, because if you're doing a full 8-person draft. The intention, of course, is for them to be on the opposite side of the table, so that you're not cutting each other, and you're both getting the support you want and need. But it doesn't always work out that way. I mean, maybe I will be green red oil. I don't know. That's part of the problem with some of these auto pickers or people that like hold up the table. Whether they actually are auto picking or not, I don't know. But my point is just that, like, they hose a format, a draft, because you're just sitting there like, okay, I'll do this, I'll grab this, you're working it out, and it's just like, no, that's not how it's gonna work, because some a-hole screwed you over. Oh yeah, I don't know, 3 furnaces. And I mean, Obliterator. I mean, I like Obliterator, but well, but do I like it more than Oil Counter and the Synergy, or I mean, the Volt Charge, which is removable? I mean, I'll take the Volt Charge. Four Black Pips is difficult and limited, unless you're playing the Mirror Corruptor, or weird things that do weird, that give you mana. This isn't really a mana ramp format. It's why, like, those couple cards, when I took, like, the Mer Corruptor, okay, good, we wheeled into one, thankfully. And then, yeah, we want that guy. So the other person that's in this archetype is going to take the one that I passed, but I think the Volt Charge was the pick. Like, when are you going to see another Volt Charge? And it is removal. All the removal is pretty much common in this format, other than things like Ossification. Now I want equipment to make my finisher better. Volt Charge or Batter Fist. Take the Batter Fist, because again, when am I going to see equipment? I don't know if changing the view is necessarily better either, but I can do that. I think there's a way that you can do that. Well, I know there is a way, I just don't know how. So I'm an idiot. Oh, there it is. Yeah, if you want to see it in that format. Because if that works better for you, for the purposes of this draft, then we'll do that for you. I'm really not in black, but I don't like those other cards I didn't like enough to, just be like, yeah, take it. No. And actually, Zoppendrell's pretty good, because the more equipment I get, this guy then becomes like a 14 with trample. So that's not bad. It's not bad. I'm going to take the Raptor. Don't get me wrong, the Splitter is good, but I don't think that's where we want to be, what we want to be doing. Oh, whatever. It's suddenly dried up, so yeah, I mean... Oi. Naya is not because there's no fixing, is the issue. A bunch of Mirren blades. People don't like them. Or Bardish. Mirren, not blade, Bardish. So red's open, but like blue is very much open, just based on what's come through. And green is just being picked over because there's the green-red deck, the green-black deck, the green-blue deck. So green is very much getting picked over. So yes, I take this guy, and then I just hope to see that Hex Gold Slash again. I definitely take the equipment. Yeah, so whoever is to my... Like, these three aren't in green-red oil. Someone over here is, based on those three picks. And again, I'm 100% certain that, like, certainly that one, and then probably him, are auto-drafting. He has 4 packs, or I guess you're human that just sits there and waits the whole damn time, but all you're doing is annoying me at that point. I'm going to take the Volt Charge, but if this pack comes back, these are the 2 that I want from it. So, and it's not even a ramp card. It's like you still have to use a turn, put the oil counter on it, then go and remove said oil counter to do something, to have an effect on your mana. And it's only 1 mana. I believe it is Arbor Elf is the one that untaps target forest. So you Utopia Sprawl, target forest, and you just make it like really big. It's still it's the best card in the pack. Like it's an oil card, but this is the best card in the pack. So yeah, you back in the old Ponza days, it's you'd like Utopia, you'd Arbor Elf turn 1, and if the Arbor Elf lived, you'd drop another forest, Utopia Sprawl, and then be able to. I have enough of those, and maybe I do just take that, but I don't know. It's a big dumb green idiot. And you'd be able to like Blood Moon on turn 2, or you'd be able to do a 4-drop, which could be Chandra, Torch of Defiance. These days it could be a Questing Beast, which actually would be neat. Not necessarily good in Modern, but would be neat. Because I think Questing Beast is 4. But the other one was I'm thinking. Sorry, it's Mulvody Acid Moss, Mulwoldy Acid Moss, something like that. Is the card, but it would blow up one of their land. So in turn 2, you blow up a land, and then it searches your You search your library for a forest. So it ramps you while setting your opponent back. I mean, okay, I take the stupid Shrapnel Slinger, but I don't like it. Another one. Why another? I like how this one's playing Blade Runner Blues again. I don't know if I actually... It's one of those things where I don't know if it's repeating completely And yes, I'm moving around the room so you can hear that slight inflection in my voice, shift in my voice. But anyway, yeah, it's like this one I might have bought twice because sometimes I know a couple songs that hit the old iTunes. Um, it's like you buy it and then you listen to the whole album and then you go, oh, I actually kind of like this whole album, so you buy it again because you buy the album and iTunes doesn't care. But I've had some transitions anyway with computers and what have you, and that also messes with iTunes a bit. Different accounts too, because if you have like a one Apple account versus another Apple account, it just gets funny like that. Thankfully, I've kept it all on one Apple. I mean, it's like, who buys their music now? You don't have to. You just stream it on Spotify or Apple Music, because Apple Music is their version of Spotify. All right. Deck build, deck build, deck build. All right. Boop. Bang! Perfect. 40 cards. That was so easy. No. Wants me to play 9 forests. No. Because all those 3 great furnaces or whatever they're called. I think great furnace is actually the one from Mirrodin. The autonomous furnace, excuse me. But yes, those 3 autonomy furnaces are not what I... It's like, if I'm sacking those to draw cards, then I don't want to cut a mountain out of my deck. I don't care. If you want to trade that off, then trade that off, sure. Not interested. Cool. Yoink. Method of my madness on that one is Cackler sees permanents that have oil counters. It should see itself. Yeah, it does. So it's like, all right, I'll just spread the love, and it's like you play this, put an oil counter on it. Play this, put an oil counter. Like, sure. Like, that's fine with me. It's just a 4-3. So I guess if he wants to trade it off, sure. Like, he knows 2 of the cards in my hand, unfortunately. But then yeah, that Hex Gold Slide. It wasn't. You shouldn't expect that card to wheel, but it didn't wheel. It's like, damn. Decline. Flop. No. Because now you're, like, I can offer up the trade, take him down to 11, and then we're both equal. But right now he's winning that race. And he probably will continue to win that race if he has a removal spell for our sprinter anyway. But that's why it's like, well, you haven't shown me anything. So I might as well offer this trade. Now I have the upper hand with the 4-5. He's got a pump spell, freed from flash, blazing crescendo. Okay, it's indestructible pump spell. Hey. And that bounces back. At least we got him to use it defensively. I don't think we win that race. Well, excuse me. I don't think just trading... it doesn't trade, so that's the wrong terminology, but I don't think throwing a 2-2 under the bus helps us. Not in the way that we needed to. And then, of course, you had lethal because you had a hazardous blast. Great. We'd have been alive at 1 if I held up the Volt Charge, but pardon me for not playing around Hazardous Blast. I have been got by that card plenty of times. Draftsmith doesn't rank it very particularly high, so I hardly ever use it or take it. But, you know, or play around it in this instance. Because it's like, alright, well... And that's what happens when you get into a race with your opponent, and then they have this removal or that removal, and, you know, all the... Well, not all the answers, but enough of the answers to just keep you off the scoreboard, so to speak. We're going to dribble the puck just through the crease, and, you know, it's just going to leak through, and as a result, you're... the opposing team's going to get a goal, and you're going to be down 1-0. Cascades from there, of course, but... I'm going to hold it. For 1, it's instant speed, and for 2, this, I believe. Whenever stuff is put in the graveyard, it'll see it, and then he can just remove it and say, "Ah, you can't block." Yeah. Let's see what the combat trick is, because it's an obvious combat trick. Crescendo, sure. No, doesn't resolve. Helm for Mirrodin. I wanted to try to trample through, but yeah. So if you can give the Cinder Lash / Ravager Death Touch as its ability is resolving, then it wipes the entire board. You can't, like, there's no... Well, there is, actually. There is the black spell, come to think of it. But... I don't know if it's instant speed. So, and I think the way that Arena because I remember doing it with the Chain Whirler on Arena, you had to, like, full control and just make sure that the stack generated the way it's supposed to generate. Because the stack doesn't generate the way it would in paper. It doesn't function the same way as it does on Arena. Like, it's supposed to, but Arena tries to speed up the process. It's like if you're trying to be like, okay, with this ability on the stack, I want to do this, and then I want to do this, and okay, okay, I'm good. Arena typically just says, hey, the stack resolves. I need the red mana, but a 1/1 Death Toucher is a 1/1 Death Toucher. Of course, it just gets anointed, so it doesn't matter. But anyway, I tried. That was my one shot of staying in the game. No. Yeah, if one of these forests was another mountain, then I'd play that, and I at least have some backup. Neat. All the little creatures get in. Snippy snappy. Okay. They're at 24. It doesn't matter. Like that's we're on a 2-turn clock. That's why I wanted that reach creature, but that reach creature decided to get vanished into eternity. I'm not drawing anything that's gonna bail me out of that. Because I go to 1, and then even if I draw like the Cinders / Ravager or something to blow up the board, I don't have a reach creature, so I still die to the Bone Scourge. Or the Scourge Bone, whatever, picker. Some cards I just haven't seen in draft, and that's one of them. Nihiri, that is. Haven't seen Nihiri in any of my drafts. She exists. She's a card, like I know that much. Don't care. Happy to trade with you. Nice. No. That I don't trade, but there's a difference between that and nice. 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 They're gonna race me, and they win the race, trust me. Because this just grows. That's where I need that little scampling, bampling card. Because it doesn't matter if I cast this and then shoot something, or... I mean, 1 toughness. I'm not gonna trade a 3-1 trampler for my 3-1, because anything generated off the forge goes away. Okay. I don't care. Nah. You got me, boss. I mean, fair use of giving your creature haste, I suppose, but... You know, whatever. It does have vigilance, so... The hex go... Let me look at these. So the one is first strike and trample. No more oil counters there. That's a 4-1. Don't care about that. Don't care about that. But sure, tap proliferate. Fine. Yeah. That happens. So I have to block, but yeah, I have to block, but well, I tried. I think now I'm just dead because of trample damage on this thing. Like I have to block that, but that would trample over and it wouldn't matter. Because I play this and it's just like, oh. Well, I'm not dead, but maybe not. I don't know. Let's play it out. Let's play, but I think I am because 2 plus 1. If you remove the oil counter to activate it. Sure, everything's an artifact. Yeah, he has to go there, unfortunately. But he goes there. Oh no. Yeah. Oh, 2 plus 1 is 3. Duh. Oh my god. Wow. I don't know why I just mathed that out. Like, as badly as I mathed that out. But I did. That was a really bad math on my part. Like 2 plus 1? I'm still alive, clearly. It's like, no, you're not. I'm probably gonna get on with my day. You know, that's like 3 or 4 drafts. I don't know how many, but we couldn't get, I think, more than 1 win on any of them. Well, like we got 2, I think, on one of them. But yeah, so probably call it for now. 2.5 hours is a good time to end. But you're always welcome to follow the Facebook. It's Zoibe_Devil, capital MTG, because that's my screen name. And, you know, behold, Zoibe Devil. So yeah, Zoibe_Devil, capital MTG. So yeah, go follow the Facebook page. You're always welcome to donate. I list the PayPal, which I probably shouldn't from a hacking standpoint, but anyway. There's no money in there. But you're always welcome to donate to it. I appreciate it if you did. But anyway, yeah. Catch you guys on the flip side. Whenever that'll be. Probably tomorrow, but not Thursday or Friday. So, anyway.